Okay, what if I told you that your company is losing about 30% of its profits through hidden inefficiencies? Now just imagine watching a third of your revenue silently disappearing undetected by standard reports. Based on my work with hundreds of CEOs, this troubling pattern emerges consistently across industries. So today, I'm going to unveil the 6 strategic pillars of the impact framework that's helping companies double their profits within 12 months. So what I propose is stay with me to discover if your business is suffering from any of these common profit killers, and more importantly, how to implement the proven solutions that can really transform your bottom line immediately. So let me share the 3 silent profit killers. Now, did you know that most CEOs can't identify their profits are actually disappearing? And by the way, I've worked with hundreds of business leaders, and I'm constantly amazed at how even the most financially astute executives miss the hidden leaks draining their companies. So today, I'm going to show you these 3 silent profit killers that are likely affecting your business right now. Now, when you look at your typical business reports, you see revenue coming in, you'll see expenses going out, and what's left is your profit margin. And this seems straightforward, doesn't it? But here's the problem. Those standard financial statements completely miss 3 critical profit drains that exist in almost every company I've consulted with. And here is the thing. These issues operate in the shadows of your organization, undetected unless you know exactly what to look for. They often account for that unexplainable gap between what your profits should be and what they actually are. Now, the first silent killer is underperforming teams that lack clear direction and purpose. Now, when teams don't have clarity about what success looks like, productivity can drop by up to 40%. Now, this isn't about having lazy or unmotivated people. I worked with a manufacturing company where they had an incredibly talented team of engineers and production staff. And these were skilled and they were committed professionals. But without clear goals and a shared understanding of priorities, their output was measuring at just about 60% of their potential capacity. The CEO was considering hiring more staff when what they really needed was clarity and alignment. Now, what happened is once we implemented clear performance metrics and purpose-driven objectives, their productivity jumped by 35% in just 3 months without adding a single new employee. Now, just as teams undeliver without clear direction, inefficient processes silently chip away at your resources. And these inefficiencies often hide in plain sight as the way we've always been doing things. And I recall working with this one particular service firm where team members were spending nearly 15 hours per week on administrative tasks that could have been automated or streamlined. Now that's 15 hours of high value time not dedicated to client work or business development. And when we mapped out their core processes, we discovered they were using far more steps to accomplish what could be done in just a handful of steps. And the waste was costing them tens of thousands in billable time, and this is money that was simply vanishing from their profit potential. And the third profit killer, my dear friends, is misalignment between individual efforts and company objectives. And this creates friction and wasted effort throughout your organization. When departments operate in silos with competing priorities, they effectively work against each other rather than towards a common goal. And I saw this play out dramatically with one particular retail chain where marketing was focused on driving store traffic through promotions, while what operation was doing was they were measuring on profit margins. And the result was marketing succeeded in getting customers through the door, but the promotions were actually losing money. And both teams were hitting their individual targets while the company was actually bleeding cash. And these three issues, underperforming teams, inefficient processes, and misaligned objectives, combine to create the perfect storm of profit drainage. They actually pull down your bottom line month after month, year after year, costing you approximately 30% of your potential profits. And that's actually a profit flood, is precisely why some companies stay trapped in survival mode while others thrive. And the difference isn't better tactics or tools. What I've discovered after working with hundreds of businesses is that high profit companies operate with a fundamentally different framework that most CEOs never recognize until it's revealed to them. Now, you see, I've noticed a fascinating pattern after advising businesses across various industries. When I ask struggling CEOs what they think their problem is, they almost immediately always point to tactical issues. We need better marketing, our sales team needs training, or we should upgrade our technology. But these are merely symptoms of a much deeper issue. That's when I realized the real difference lies in a fundamental mindset shift that transforms entire organizations from within. The companies that consistently outperform their competition have embraced what I have developed, the impact model, which, by the way, has a 10 out of 10 feedback from 60 plus leaders in workshops I've conducted in different countries. And this is a comprehensive framework that transforms how the entire organization functions from the inside out. Now, this framework rewires how successful companies operate at their core. Okay, so let's break down the impact model starting with I. And I stands for intention. High-performing organizations define and communicate a clear why behind their existence. Both personal as well as collective intentions must align from the leadership team down to every employee. When I work with companies to clarify their intention, we typically see significant results within just 3 to 6 months because this alignment prevents performance blockages. M, my dear friends, stands for mindset, and this is where many companies falter. Take the example of Nokia or BlackBerry or Kodak, and all these collapsed because they remained caterpillars when the market demanded butterflies. If you see what I mean, clinging to outdated thinking while competitors were evolving. Now, organizations that thrive embrace a growth mindset, encouraging experimentation. And my recommendation to clients is you need to build a financial buffer of between 2 and 5% of monthly revenue dedicated specifically to innovation. Okay, the P is for people, and successful companies recognize their team members as their greatest assets. What they do is they build these cultures where every person feels valued. As one transformed executive told me, when I started acknowledging my team's ideas openly, our innovation rate tripled in 6 months. And this authentic leadership creates trust and encourages employees to contribute their best work. Next is A, and A stands for accountability. And accountability establishes clear ownership for outcomes through well-defined roles. Now, one CEO transformed her company by implementing a system ensuring clear communication at every level. And as I always say, there is no secret to success, but there is a system to success. And owning outcomes is central to it. Now, when team members take ownership of their results, they naturally become more conscious of resource utilization. And this leads me to C, cost leadership. Strategic companies identify and eliminate cost leakages through efficient processes. Now, over 90% of my clients discover profit leakages they weren't aware of. And I recall in one particular firm where we saved 15% of operational costs without compromising quality through a systematic cost analysis. That is the power of cost leadership itself. And finally, T, my dear friends, and T stands for traction. The implementation piece, making everything work. That's what traction is all about. Successful companies establish key performance indicators, allowing for adjustments while leveraging data for growth. And what I want to do is I just want to leave you with this final thought. I need you to think of a koi fish. A koi fish will grow about 2 inches when you put it in a fish bowl. But take that same koi fish and put it in a river and it will grow to about 12 inches. Why is this the case? It is because of the environment we are in. We must evolve and stretch our capabilities just like the koi fish in a river. So let's be completely honest about what we have uncovered today. These profit leakages, my dear friends, silently undermine your growth potential by diverting funds that should be fueling expansion, innovation, and talent development. The choice is straightforward. You could continue losing up to 30% of potential profits or take decisive actions through this particular impact model. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm looking to work with 5 forward-thinking companies to transform their business. That is what we are going to aim for. And what I'm offering is a 6-month immersive program that will help transform your culture, transform your revenues, your profits, have cost leadership, but most important, make you and your top team high-performing leaders. And the first step is simply book a free tailored strategic session with me, and what we'll do is we will see if this program aligns with your expectations. So my dear friends, look, I look forward to talking to you very soon. Thank you very much. I look forward to talking